Hey guys, what's up? What's happening? You got the King of Games 98 here. How y'all doing? Hope everyone is staying safe and as well. And for this video, I thought I would do something different. And the idea for this video came to me in thinking about handheld video games, handheld video game systems, and then Game Boys, and then the different models of Game Boys, and just like not even specifically the different model Game Boys, just different models of video game systems in general or handhelds. And then I came up with the idea that why not I make a video comparing the two different model Game Boy Advance SPs, and so here we are. Okay guys, so let's say if you don't already own a Game Boy Advance SP and maybe you're looking for one, you know, probably you're not thinking that the model number matters, and you're going for whatever color one. These are specifically the 6 different colored GBA SPs that I own, but you're probably thinking, oh, I want to get one in a color that I like, or I want to get one that's my favorite color. Well, believe it or not, there are 2 different model Game Boy Advance SPs, and there's a very, very big difference between those two. And in this video, I'm going to talk about the major differences between the two, and I'm going to briefly show you guys the 6 different color Game Boy Advance SPs that I currently own as of right now, as of this video. Okay, guys. So without further ado, let's get started. So, as far as Game Boy Advance SPs go, there is only 2 different model Game Boy Advance SPs. The first one, I'm going to zoom in here. Okay, I think that's far enough. The first one is model number AGS-101. Now, I'm going to leave that on the screen for a few more seconds. Okay, so that is the model number that you really want to remember for the Game Boy Advance SP. So that is one of the 2 model numbers, AGS-101. Okay. And then on my lime green Game Boy Advance SP, we have on the label model number AGS-001. So those are the 2 different model numbers you will find on a Game Boy Advance SP handheld. Well, no, okay, let me rephrase that. So those are the... Okay, so you will find one of those 2 model numbers on the bottom on this label of your Game Boy Advance SP handheld. Okay? So those are the 2 different models that exist of the Game Boy Advance SP. And this is my lime green Game Boy Advance SP. Okay, so those are the 2 different models. Now again, you're probably saying to yourself, or you're probably, as you're watching this video, probably questioning me. Well, the King, what difference does the 2 different model Game Boy Advance SPs have? What's the big deal? As far as anyone else is concerned, a Game Boy Advance SP is to a Game Boy Advance SP is to a Game Boy Advance SP. Try saying that 10 times fast. But no, seriously. As soon as someone names, as soon as, the first thing that comes to mind as soon as someone says Game Boy Advance SP is the backlit screen. That, like, I don't care if you're a video game nerd like I am, or a video game collector like I also am, if you've owned or played a Game Boy Advance SP before, you know this. That it has a backlit screen. That is what makes this handheld and the two different model Game Boy Advance SPs a big deal. Like this really is a big deal. I don't care what anyone tells you, it is a big deal. Whether you collect these and play them like I do, or maybe you just collect and put them in a nice glass display case, make them look all nice and pretty and just look at them, or maybe you do like what I do and collect them and play them as well. Well, regardless, the model number Game Boy Advance SP you want to get is this one, which I'll zoom in again. AGS-101. Whatever you do, you have to remember that model number. When buying a Game Boy Advance SP or looking at a Game Boy Advance SP, you should try your best to remember that model number. That model number means that model number on a Game Boy Advance SP means that it is a backlit Game Boy Advance SP handheld. And that is the major difference between the two different model Game Boy Advance SPs. Model number AGS-101 GBA SP is a backlit Game Boy Advance SP, and the model number AGS-001 Game Boy Advance SP is a frontlit Game Boy Advance SP. Now, after explaining that, and we've come to this point of this in this video, that you're probably now questioning to yourself and or to me, what is the difference between a backlit and a frontlit Game Boy Advance SP? Well, great question. I'm glad you asked that. I'm now going to turn both of these on and show you the screen brightness difference. Okay, simultaneously. Oh, not simultaneously. Wow, I really can't get this. There we go. Okay. Now, noticeably, right off the bat, and I'm not even going to pop a game in, I'm just leaving it at this little Game Boy menu screen. Right off the bat, you can noticeably tell the pearl blue model AGS-101 Game Boy Advance SP. The screen is just visibly brighter. I mean, look at that. That's like night and day freaking difference. That screen is incredibly brighter than that screen. And now, for the record, for those who have never owned a Game Boy Advance SP handheld before, these buttons in the middle here are the screen brightness adjust button. So when you first turn on a Game Boy Advance SP, this is the first setting, and then you push that button once, and then it brightens the screen to the second brightness setting, and then you press it another time to go back to the first brightness setting. But just, oh my God, look at that. That difference is just night and day. And this is even before I've pressed the screen brightness adjustment button, but I am going to. Now, look at that. That is an incredible difference compared to that one. And now that is the difference after I've pushed the screen adjustment brightness button. That screen is noticeably brighter than that. That is like dark and dim, and you can barely see that freaking screen. Like if you were trying to play a game on that Game Boy Advance SP in a dark room or at night, you wouldn't be able to see that freaking screen. During the day, yeah, sure, you would be fine. Or if you had one of those light adapters called worm lights and connected it to the back, and it was basically a light focused right on the screen, yeah, then I guess you would be okay, but it would kind of suck having to use one. That freaking thing is so bright. My God, like you could freaking see how bright that screen is from like a mile away. Yeah. So, other than that, ladies and gentlemen, that is the big difference between the two different model Game Boy Advance handheld video game systems. Really, it comes down to the brightness of the screen. Now, I know to some of you that might not be a big deal or might not seem like a big deal, but trust me, when you are trying to play a Game Boy game, and I don't even care what Game Boy game you're trying to play, having a screen that bright compared to that one, having a screen that dull and dark, it just freaking sucks. And not even, that it just sucks. That I can't even imagine how hard that would be to play a game on this model Game Boy Advance SP with the screen being that dark and just dull. It just really is. Oh, there you go. That's a much better comparison. Oh yeah. Now you can noticeably see how freaking bright that model GBA SP screen is compared to how dark and dull that one is. I had to dim down the brightness setting on my phone here, but seriously, the difference is just night and day. And I'm not gonna lie, I recently found out about this, the differences between the two different model Game Boy Advance SPs. I found out about this not too long ago, and as soon as I found out about it, I should have recorded a video talking and explaining the difference between the two models right then and there, but I never did. But that's okay, because I'm correcting that, and I'm making this video right now, and it will be up on my YouTube channel, and so all is good. Now, before I end this video, I want to make it known that, number one, the AGS-101 model Game Boy Advance SP, they usually sell for a lot more than that model Game Boy Advance SP, which is the model AGS-001. So just so you guys know that going into it, if you do go to buy a model AGS-101 GBA SP, you are going to pay for it. You are going to pay for it, and you are going to pay for it because of how freaking bright that screen is. If you go to buy an AGS-001 model GBA SP, you're probably not going to pay as much as you would that one, but you're probably still going to pay close to what you would pay for that one. Just probably wouldn't be as much for that one as you would pay for that one. Okay. So now with that being said, I'm going to turn these guys off now. I did promise you guys that I would show you my 6 different color Game Boy Advance SPs that I currently own. This is the only Game Boy Advance SP handheld that I currently own of the 6 that is a model AGS-001. If you can believe it, these 5 others are all AGS-001 model Game Boy Advance SP handhelds. Which, believe it or not, as of right before this video, I did not know that because I don't normally look at these every day, and so I did not check that. And before I recorded this video, I checked that and I realized that, and I was like, oh wow, how about that? Okay, so this is my Pearl Blue model AGS-101 Game Boy Advance SP. This is my Lime Green model AGS-001 Game Boy Advance SP. This is my Platinum Silver model AGS-001 Game Boy Advance SP. As you can tell, it's a little rough and beat up. This is my Flame Red model AGS-001 Game Boy Advance SP. This is my, I believe Nintendo called this Onyx. They either called the color Onyx Black or just Onyx Black model AGS-001 Game Boy Advance SP. And last but not least, this is my Cobalt Blue model AGS-001 Game Boy Advance SP. Colors. Alright guys, so that is going to do it for this video. That is basically all I wanted to talk about in this video and really discuss the two different model Game Boy Advance SPs and the major difference in the brightness of the screen. Okay guys, so that's going to do it for this video. Thank you very much for watching and supporting my channel. It really means a lot to me. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know down below in the comments, did you own a Game Boy Advance SP? If so, what did you think of it? Do you still currently own one? And if so, did you know about the difference in the screen brightness between the two different models? Definitely let me know that in the comments below. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and take care.